This video will show you how to replace a front impact absorber on a Subaru Outback. This will be located behind your front bumper cover. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. To be able to do this, we have to remove our front bumper cover. With that said, let's safely make our way under the front of the vehicle. Now underneath the front of the vehicle, we can see our front bumper cover and we can see our splash shield. We're looking along the bottom of the front bumper cover. There's going to be several push clips that we're going to dislodge. I'm using a trim tool. You can also use a flat blade screwdriver. To dislodge your push clips, you need to remove the center to unlock it. Then the outer portion should remove as well. That one's stuck with some sand. You'll find that you have 3 of these making their way across the front. Now, as we continue on towards one side or the other, the process is going to be the exact same. We can see our inside fender liner. It makes its way underneath the front bumper cover. There's 3 push clips on either side. You're going to remove all of them. Now that's what we need to do underneath this side of the vehicle. We need to do the exact same thing on the other. Once we've done that, you're going to make your way up inside of each one of the wheel wells. For that, you don't have to remove the wheel. We do have to make our way up and behind though. Now we're making our way up along inside the fender area. This is where we can see the corner of our bumper cover. We have another push clip. At this point, you should be able to take hold of the bumper cover and carefully pull it away from the fender, gently dislodging it. Now the next thing we have to do, if you have fog lamps on your vehicle, you want to take a peek inside of this area. We're looking for the backside of our fog lamp assembly. We'll take hold of the fog lamp bulb, turn it counterclockwise to dislodge it from the assembly. At this point, repeat this exact same process on the other side of the vehicle, and then we'll meet up top. After completing both sides, we're up along the top. We have 6 push clips to remove. Now at this point, you should be able to take hold of the bumper cover, give it a wiggle, and start pulling it away. It's common to be stuck underneath either side of the vehicle's headlamps, so if that's the case, just take hold of the bumper cover, carefully pull it away. We'll set that bumper cover aside temporarily. Now that we have the bumper cover out of the way, we're going to remove this foam pad that makes its way across the impact absorber. For this, just go ahead and take hold of it. We're going to carefully pull it out and away from the vehicle. Now, if we're looking at the impact absorber itself, along either side, you're going to find that there's a mounting bolt just below it. Now, this mounting bolt is holding your active grille shutter to that impact absorber, so we're going to remove it. We have 1 on each side. Now, as we make our way towards either side of the impact absorber, you're going to find that you have 4 12mm mounting bolts for each side of the impact absorber. 2 along the top, and then 2 just below. When you do remove those bolts, we're kind of lucky here. The top of the impact absorber has a small hooked area that rests on the body of the vehicle. We don't have to worry about this falling down. Now we're going to have to grab hold of the impact absorber. We're going to carefully lift it up. We have the hooked areas, one along each side upper portion of the impact absorber. But down at the bottom, where we have our active grille shutter, we want to make sure that we lift it up and out of position here as well. Should be able to slide this out. There it is, friend. Prior to installation of any new part, let's just make sure we clean and inspect our mounting surfaces. We're going to be doing the same thing on each side of the vehicle. I typically like to use a little bit of penetrant inside of each one of these ports. That'll help us out in the future if we ever have to remove this again. Go ahead and repeat the process on the other side of the vehicle. Now let's prepare to install our brand new impact absorber. When we bring this into position, we want to pay attention to our active grille shutter down along the bottom. Now we have our 8 mounting bolts holding this in place to the body of the vehicle. Go ahead and start them all in. Once you have all 8 of these mounting bolts started in, snug them up, and the torque for these will be 24 foot-pounds. They're all started in, let's snug them up. Let's go ahead and snug up the other side. That side's snug, let's snug these as well. And now we're going to torque all 8 of these to 24 foot-pounds. Go over to the other side of the vehicle. And of course, we're going to torque this to 24 foot-pounds as well. Now we can focus on the active grille shutter next. Let's get our 2 10mm bolts in place. Snug them up. Now let's get our foam insert in place. Looking along the back side of that foam insert, you can see that you have 4 locating tabs, 2 on each side. The impact absorber has oval ports for those to line up and then press into. Okay, let's get our front bumper cover in place. As we bring this over, we're being extremely careful for the paint of our vehicle. We don't want to cause any damage. We'll start lifting it up along the center. Once we have the center placed in, it's time for our 6 push clips, starting from one side, making our way all the way over towards the other. As far as those push clips, you want to press in the outer portion first. Lock it down by pressing in the center. Repeat the process for all other push clips. Now the next thing we have to do is pay attention along our headlamp assemblies. The bumper cover slides in along the bottom of the headlamp assembly. Once you have that slid in, we're also going to be aligning it with our front fender. Just tap that into position, double check to make sure it looks like it's seated. Finish one side, do the same on the other. We're making our way into the front wheel well. Now inside that fender area, we're pulling aside the fender liner so we can look behind the front bumper cover. It's time to install our fog lamp bulbs. Let's get those aligned with the fog lamp assemblies themselves. Once you have it aligned, you want to align the mounting ears, and then you're turning it clockwise to lock it in. Once everything's aligned, it should be seated perfectly. Go ahead and turn that clockwise, make sure it is secure. After double checking that, we're going to continue on with our fender liner. Tuck that behind the front bumper cover, and then we'll be up in this upper corner. Double check to make sure this is seated. We're going over to the other side of the vehicle. You're going to repeat the exact same process. Make sure you plug in your fog lamp bulb, tuck this liner behind, and install your push pin. After securing both sides' inner fender liners, we're down along the bottom of them now. We can see where they connect to that front bumper cover. We'll make sure we have it in the proper orientation. There's going to be areas that go on the outboard side or the underside, and then there's going to be areas that go up and above. The areas that go up and above are the flat areas. The ones that go under, of course, are for the push pin ports. Every push pin port needs to be available. We'll go for this corner first. Now, if you find that the bumper cover lifts up on you like this one does, as I'm trying to push this through, you could use a small angled pick. Hold it down, slide your push pin through the port as it needs to be. Now we'll just double check to make sure that's secured. Obviously, you've got the same thing on the other side of the vehicle, and then you're continuing on along the center. Both sides are done. We're in the center. We have our 3 push clips. Just double check to make sure everything's secured while we're under the vehicle, and we can make our way out from under the vehicle. Okay, friend, we got our vehicle back together. Double check to make sure everything's properly secured, close the hood, take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.